Sure. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us back on the sessions. Excited to be here after a while. I think the last session we had was in February. And this person we have today is a very special person. Uh, he's a lawyer. He's going to tell us a lot about the career you want to go for. It's going to discuss how to focus on the career of your choice, and just going to give us insights on career development, how to pursue the career that you want to go for. So we have Mr. Hosseini, Mr. Ismail Tunde today with us. Please introduce yourself, and then we can go from there. Yeah, can you hear us, Mr. Hello? We can't hear you. Can you hear us? Mr. Tunde. I think there's a network problem. Oh, you can hear me, but we can't hear you. Oh, yes, it's coming up now, but it's very faint. Are you using headphones? Maybe that's the problem. Yes, I can hear you, but it's still faint. It's still faint now. I can hear you, but it's very low. It's still very low. Is it the same for everyone, or is it just me?
It's actually low. We can't hear him that much.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Probably he needs to log off and come in again. Just to.
Do you want to log off and sign back in and see if that would help?
Let me attempt that.
Because I can hear you, but it's so low. I'm straining my ears.
All right, let me
Okay, so he's come out of it. I'll just pause the recording.
present. Good afternoon. My name is Hussein Ismail. I'm a legal practitioner and I practice in Ibadan, Nigeria. Because I know we have international resident here, so I have to identify with Nigeria in the trend of this Japa of 18. So basically, my practice cut across all facets of legal practice. So in essence, my topic here today will cut across the legal career, basically. So I'll leave it to the moderator to go ahead and introduce other things necessary.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you here today. I want to first of all say thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone for joining this session. We appreciate taking your time. Mentor Julius, thank you. Philomena, who is regulatory?
Maybe Zoom is actually the regulatory here.
We have Zoom regulatory on board. Thank you, Zoom regulatory, for coming in. So yes, so thank you very much. So without further ado, because we've spent a bit of time for the preparation and everything, so we'll just get on with it. Well, so make sure you hang around for at the end of this session, we have a big news coming up. So hang around and so you can hear the big news. So today we are talking about exploring career paths related to your field of study. And today we have our lawyer, legal practitioner, Ismail Tunde Esq on the session today. So he will be taking us through that, how to explore the career path relating to your field of study. Thank you once again for joining us. Do you have any slides or you just want to go on with the topic?
Well, I do not have any slides.
Yeah, no problem.
But I would take the topic on the bowl so that everyone can actually enjoy the section. I hope by the end of the whole conversation, we'll have one or two things to take away as knowledge we share from it.
Yeah.
Basically, before I will start this conversation, I'm going to identify one core thing that is most important, which has to do with legal practice majorly. Then to identify with consistency, and that's why they call it legal practice.
Right.
It has to do with consistency because it is when you are in there that you'll be identified as a legal practitioner. And how do you start it? That's where we'll start from. With the current economic climate and the increasing competitive in the job market now, pursuing a career in law seems like an impossible task now. I wouldn't know for those who have aspired once at a point and they want to become a lawyer and the likes. However, with the careful planning and willingness to exploit available options, I felt it's going to be an easy task. And it is possible to find success in this field. Well, some of the things we exploit are the importance of networking, the value of internship opportunity. That's for the value of internship opportunity, that comes before and likewise for the value of networking, it has no limits. It will start during the period while you are in university, and it continues even after you become a lawyer. That's the value of networking. While the last one, which I've initially mentioned, is the need for resilience in the face of setbacks. That revolves around consistency. By understanding all these basic factors, an aspiring lawyer can increase their chance of success and pursue their passion for law. Now, I'll treat those factors I've identified, which is first one is networking. The other one has to do with the value of internship, having a career in law, and why the last one is the need for resilience in the face of setbacks. Because I all understand that for every profession, there are up and downs in needs. Obviously, they're up and down. going by the first one, which is the importance of networking and mentorship, I'm going to treat the first two factors together, which is the importance of networking and mentorship. Pursuing a career in law is to build a strong professional network. And this can be done by attending industry events, joining professional organizations, and connecting with alumni from law schools. Before I treat this topic further, I want to apologize for not opening my video. It's actually the Nigerian factors that actually made me close my video, because currently I would want to say we're out of electricity right now. So, and I do not want to expose others to what they would not like to see. This is a Zoom section. So, apology for that. Because I want to believe by the end of the section, the face behind this conversation will be known, because I'll open the video there. So, before the digression, I was talking of the factors to consider before choosing career, and I said I'm going to treat the networking and mentorship together. Now,
It's gone low again.
hello?
It's gone low again. We can't really hear you. No, we still can't hear you. No, it's still really low. It's still really low. Perhaps you should do the same thing again and try to come back in. It's gone really low again. So sorry for the breaking. Can you hear me now? No, we can't hear you. Oh, it's gone out now. Okay. So apologies for the break. Our mentor will be back soon. I think there's an issue with the speaker, so he's signed out and he'll sign in again. Don't forget, there is a big news after this session, so hang around and we can share the news together. If it's back on, I'll just pause the recording.
In transmission, I was talking about networking.
Yeah.
Yes, networking can actually help in connecting with potential mentors. And again, one can actually learn about job openings through mentoring. And that's through the networking, and make valuable contact in the legal field. And it's important to interact in this profession, interact with seniors, then those who have been there before you, and that's the process of networking. And while networking can also be time consuming, we have to identify that. It's sometimes it could be time consuming and you have one other things to do. You have a brief to complete, you want to go to court while you have chosen to be a lawyer, very, very time consuming. However, it's a leverage to get to the peak of the career. However, it's a leverage to get to the peak of career. Mentors can actually provide guidance, support, and valuable insight based on their own experience. Then again, one of the value of mentorship is helping navigate the complexity of the legal profession. What did I mean by that? For a young legal practitioner who is just a year old, beyond reading materials or textbook law reports just to address issues and cases, he needs an experienced colleagues to share his experience on that particular area of law and just to have a diverse of view on how to approach that case. And that they're talking of mentorship, and that in that way, it makes it easier for such person when he's putting up a write-up, which we regard most often as a brief in our legal profession. And if it's to get him or her prepared for the case the following day through trial or whatever, then the experience for someone who has not even tasted cross-examination in the legal practice, you will need a diverse experience. And such experience can be shared through the mentor. And once such person had the knowledge, that's why oftentimes process of tutelage is what is most important for a lawyer who chooses career in legal practice. And basically, that's why we have a wider scope of practice in law. As a new law graduate, you can choose to be an internal solicitor in a property company, and you could actually choose to be a private practitioner. What did I mean by a private practitioner? He can choose to set up his firm and start appearing in court once it has been called to the Nigerian bar as barrister and solicitor. But that is where the issue of networking comes in. We have a day-old lawyer who just set up his firm and say that he wants to start up his solo private practice. And the issue of networking comes in. It now depends on how he has actually worked on the networking while he was in university, while he was in law school. So that is an area of private practitioner. And we have people who deals in property, solely soliciting. Nothing like advocacy. They deal with soliciting. And that's where the issue of those who concentrate on buying and selling of a property, buying on behalf of clients, and managing it on behalf of clients. Even though, because regarding to managing property as a lawyer, there's a caveat to it, because the ethics of the profession did not allow a lawyer to be collecting rent on behalf of clients and be remitting it to the client. It is not within the purview of a legal practitioner to be managing a property, but it is within the purview of a legal practitioner to be an attorney to the owner of a property whom he has a wider scope of taking care of that property. That's an issue for another day. Now, that's for those who do their soliciting in property buying and property selling on behalf of their clients. And for those who choose career, area of practice in company law, that is incorporation of company, compliance, corporate compliance, statutory compliance. I hope you people are following with me.
Yes.
Okay. For those who choose an area of discipline in compliance, they have corporate practice to exploit. They have statutory compliance to exploit, and all these things still fall within the purview of
We can't hear you again, Mr. C. Hello, we can't hear you again. Okay, I think we lost him again. Okay, I think we lost Mr. Hosseini again. So we'll give him some time to join back in. Mentor Julius, do you want to start first? What's the difficult thing? What's the most challenging thing about your career path? And how difficult is it for someone to like start in that career path?
Why did you call me, Dr. Yusuf? Why did you call me? Anyways, just like Barrister Hosseini was saying, there is no career path that does not have its own challenges and that does not require resilience in getting the best out of it. So every career is challenging to anyone who doesn't find it fun. So the best thing I would advise anyone is that for any career path you want to choose, just make sure that when the going gets tough, you are ready to forge ahead no matter what. So for me, I started my career as a tutor, as a teacher, and I moved up the ladder to being a school administrator. And that was not even enough for me. I challenged myself to learn more in my field and to become better. I haven't seen that. I haven't gone through all the things when it comes to teaching and mentoring. I think the most challenging part there is when you're not being valued for what you contribute. As a teacher, it's always difficult to measure your impact in the life of students because everyone will judge you based on their results, not forgetting the fact that it is more than just the results that students have in external examination like the GCSE, the WAEC, the JAM, and the likes. But there are so many things that is more to that. Managing your staff as well. There are times you need to manage teachers, manage the non-teaching staff, manage parents and their expectations. So it's quite challenging when you look at it from that aspect, especially managing parents in this modern Gen Z era, when you have people that even needs to be children already having kids, and they want to teach you how to teach their children and how to get the best out of them. So it's a lot. And you as the teacher, as a person, you also need to improve on your own qualification as well. And teaching can be so draining that if you are not intentional, you'll forget yourself. You might be so surprised that you just have NC certificates and all the children you've taught, they'll continue moving on with degrees, with masters, with PhD. And that is the joy anyways. But the truth is that you just need to continue improving yourself as a person, even when you're not being valued. I saw that in the chat just now. Even when you're not being valued in what you do, just be consistent and know that one day to pay off. And that leads me to the next career, which is project management. And I found out recently that the greatest project you can ever do is the project of woman, as in managing human being. That's the greatest project you can ever do. So it's a lot to manage people, to manage expectation, to be in line with quality, to always achieve quality, and to make sure that every time counts when it comes to people management and project management. So from teaching, getting to the pinnacle of teaching back in Nigeria, to project management, and everything is just linked together. I never regretted being a teacher, and I don't mind still being a teacher because I still teach right here in the UK, as Dr. Yusuf can attest to. And it's just that resilience. You just need to forge ahead when it gets tougher, and have passion for what you do. I know many people will say that, and after having the passion, you just need to make sure you have the qualification that make your passion count. Just make sure you strive for the qualification that will make your passion count, so that the door of the interview will be open for you, even though you might, there's so many people that have so many talents, they are so good at it, but they won't even get the chance because people will say education is scam. Anyone who says that is a very big liar and should not be trusted. No matter how talented you are, you need that education, you need those certifications, you need those trainings that will open the door for you to prove whatever skill or whatever talent you have. So I will yield the mic here and allow others to talk so that I don't take over the program from Barrister Seni. Thank you, Dr. Yusuf.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, in fact, see how many things I've written down from the little you've said. Thank you so much for that. So, we've explored the career path of, teaching, tutoring, the project management already. So, yes, every career is challenging, just like Barrister was saying, and very similar factors as well, as Barrister was saying, applies to the teaching, tutoring, and the project management. So I'll let, before we continue on asking every other person here, I'll let Barrister Tunde continue with the session. I think he's back now.
Thank you very